quite clear that I fractured a vertebrae, the top one, and not one fracture, not two fractures, but three fractures on a vertebrae that if that would have gone wrong, I would have died. I was in Mongolia and I participated in the Mongol Rally, which is a charity rally going from actually London to Mongolia. In Hoft, which is a small town in the northwest of Mongolia, we got stranded, our car stopped working and it had to be fixed. And there was only one specialist that could fix our car, but he wasn't in that town, so we had to wait for him to come to our town. Other teams stopped there as well, and because it was the only place in the middle of nowhere where someone could try and fix your car, a lot of people got stuck there. On the second day, a new team arrived, or half of a new team, and they were, what I later heard, of course, from the story, is that their car was totally ripped apart, almost miles away from the town. They stopped and got picked up by another team and brought to this place. So that you had Alap and Laura, and so a guy and a girl, they came out. It was quite special that a girl came out. This rally was sort of a lot of guys were participating, not many girls were in there. They introduced themselves to everyone, and Laura introduced herself to me as well, and we started chatting and just little chit chat. And so the night went on and we chatted, and I remember at some point, because it was quite cold in Mongolia, we went from having soup, dinner, into the yurt, like a traditional Mongolian tent, and we strategically placed ourselves next to each other and didn't stop talking for the rest of the night, and which was really good. Yeah, and then of course after that, everyone got their sleeping mattresses and their sleeping bags, and we laid down next to each other, and in a moment we kissed in the yurt with everyone around us, but everyone else was sleeping. That was a nice moment. But then the next day, of course, we were planned to leave. That was the plan, and it was sort of a funny thing that, it was fun and I liked her, but it's not as if I knew we were both taking separate routes, and we left. We said goodbye, and that was it, or at least that's what we thought, because that night we had a really bad accident. For at least my injuries were very bad, were severe, life-threatening, you could say. Although I walked out of the car myself, I knew there was something wrong with my neck. So I laid down right away and got a neck brace, but we're in Mongolia, so it was a blow-up neck brace, which is not the greatest one. It is nice to have someone that you care about at a hospital when you're in such a situation. She was there the moment I called my parents, which is the most terrible phone call you'll ever have in your life, hopefully. So she was there when she needed to be there, and that was great. I was already in the hospital, and my mom was there, my brother was there, and I remember in the back, because I could only lie down at that point, I was not allowed to move, being pushed to the MRI scan, and then telling my mom about, so there's this girl coming, and I met her just a couple of days ago, but I want you to know that she's not just a normal, she's not just a girl. Well, with some ups and downs, at the end they decided to put me in a halo frame, which is a sort of an exoskeleton with 4 screws in my head and a frame around it so that my neck could move. The moment I heard when I could fly home to Amsterdam, she also booked a flight to Amsterdam and decided to come to Amsterdam the first weekend I was back, which was great, but also a little bit sort of, I was a little nervous. I mean, she's going to, and I was of course staying because I didn't have to go to the hospital when I got back. I got straight back to my parents. You know, I know her, but how well do I know her? Have you seen me? I mean, I look like some sort of robot that cannot do anything. But yeah, the moment she walked into that room, it was good.